Jake Phelps here, and I am building a cooler to keep bait fresh out of an old air conditioner. And this air conditioner is old, as you can see, but it does work. The first step in this was for me to bypass the thermostat. So that's your first step, and make sure it works. So the way that I did this is, okay, you rip the air conditioner apart. That's your thermostat switch right there, and it works with this node or whatever. It goes in front of here and blah blah blah. If you're undertaking something like this, you should kind of have the common sense to know all this kind of stuff. All right, so what you do is what's going to happen is this thermostat right here is going to have two wires coming from it generally, and one of them is going to be coming from your control box, which controls the fan and the AC. It's going to come from this into this. And for this one, it looked like this. It was just this red wire. And then you're going to have another one that comes out of this and then just kind of disappears back in here somewhere. So what you want to do is you want to take both of the wires off of the thermostat. And then the one that just kind of goes back in here somewhere, you take and you plug into, see, I put it right there, where the wire was coming from that went into the thermostat. So you basically, what you're doing is just bypassing the thermostat. And previously this did not work when the compressor did not turn on when it was on. Anyway, the temperature, blah blah blah, it works. It turns on now. There's the fan, and here's low cool. And then here's high cool, which I'll have it on. So that's the first step of making your very own large bait cooler, so you can just put your trot lines or whatever right in there. Alright, I'm going to cut the materials for this box in the parking lot. So these are all the tools I think I will need to do that, and I will also need to go ahead and take my sawhorses so I can get the best prices and not have to buy little stuff and still fit it in my SUV. Alright, I just slapped this thing on back together. Took the top off there. Still got to put those two screws in. And then with these, since I'm going to want this to be flush, you'll see why later, I'm going to go ahead and bang these down. There's 6 of them. I'm on my way to Home Depot now. I don't endorse any stuff. Like, I've got, offers from here and there for little peanut stuff. I don't do that, not unless, I really believed in something. But I just kind of say what I'm using, just so that's clear with people. But, okay, so I ran the numbers in my head while I was driving. What I'm going to need is, I'm going to need 2 4x8 pieces of plywood. The thickness, I'll look at it when I get there. And I'm also going to need 2 4x8 pieces of the 1-inch thick foam board. And I'm also going to need 28 foot of 2x2s. So far, that's what I'll see what size 2x2s they have. When I get there, I might need to get a little extra just to make sure my cuts and all, fit, and I'm not making things wrong as far as that's concerned. But that's what we are, and I'm also going to need some or some sheet plastic or something. I don't know yet. I haven't decided on that. So anyway, I'm going to be there in a little bit. But there's the materials. Alright, so I just got the cheapest plywood stuff they had, which is just the stuff that goes under like tile and stuff. And I got this 1/2-inch foam board, and I got, you know, a whole bunch of 2x. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, because I'm gonna go ahead and, I was thinking I wasn't gonna do a base, but I should probably go ahead and do that, just because all the materials I'm using are just so flimsy. But they cut those in there for me. So I've got 4 of them, but the whole thing ended up being $100, 97 something. And here's all the rest of the stuff I got. So I just got to cut these, and then everything will fit. All right, so I've got my 4-foot mark there and on that side. And I just you know, clamped it to these sawhorses and ran a chalk line strike right down the middle. So now I just gotta cut it. And now everything is packed nice and neatly. And once again, I've got 50 pounds of stuff in a 10-pound box. Alright, so I'm back. I have that done. Pretty much it is, I cut one piece. Okay, I cut 3 of the pieces. I cut 1 foot off of 3 of the pieces. It's pretty much what I did. And then I cut 2 of the 2x2s. I cut 3 foot off of 2 of them. And I went ahead and I made sure the factory edges were down here. That's the factory edge. So I have 4 factory edges that are going to rest on the concrete for this thing. And that'll make more sense as we go along with this little experiment we got going on here. So that's where we are now. Now I'm going to go ahead and put 2x2s like here, same thing, and also up here on 3 of the sides, because I got to put the air conditioner still. It's going to go here, but what I'm going to do with that you'll see later. Alright, now I've got it together. It is 4x4 by 4 foot wide by 4 foot long by 3 foot high. And I'm going to go ahead and put my piece of foam board in the top of it now. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the cooler frame top as a scribe. I'm going to take 3 inches. I'm going to take the 2 factory sides, not the cut I did in the parking lot, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's flush 3 inches this way and then 3 inches this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and secure it with one of my handy vices, and I'm going to go ahead and score it, kind of like drywall. Alright, now it is 3 inches in all these places. There, 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 and over here. And I secured it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut from under here. Over like this, and then over here. Well, what do you know? It literally fits like a glove. I gotta go ahead and secure that a little better. But yeah, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it down with some liquid nails. Alright, I got this part all done. Now I just gotta thinking about how I'm gonna have the air conditioner mounted so that this thing can just lift up and down and go right on the air conditioner.
I told you I'm going in there with them smelly clams.
Alright, just come in here real quick.
Oh, what did I just tell you?
Alright, so I got it all done. I'm just getting ready to fire it up. Well, I mean, I still have a lot to do as far as the way it's going to lift up and everything. And I have to put a little bit more insulation into it. But basically, this is what we have going on. It is like so. I have to put a little bit of insulation in there. And I'm going to make it real fancy. But I'm going to go ahead and, if that Sandy Esters will hold this while I pull these clams in here real quick. This is old bait. Flies. All that loveliness.
It's gross.
And I just want this to hold until I get ready to go again. I get ready to bait up. And it's to hold 4 of these. So go ahead and fire it up and drop this thermometer in there. Right now the thermometer says almost 90. I'm going to drop it right. I'm just going to put it right there. And I haven't turned this on yet since doing all this. Put on high cool. And it goes just like that. I just set it right on the ground, make things real simple. So I'll check it in a bit and see if it's working or not. Now, if you can find a woman that helps you clean up your tools, you marry her immediately.
My pants are falling down.
Alright, and this is how I power my depth finder. I just use a drill battery, tool battery. I keep it in this airtight thing. I just take it in every night. Take my positive. And these are nice because you can hit that and it tells you how much stuff you have. Take my positive, put it in first, right here, all the way down. And take my negative, put it all the way this way. You'll know it's right because there'll be a little spark. And I just put it in here so it doesn't get wet. I mean, you can even fold it over so if it gets pulled or something. Watertight. Pop it wherever. And then depth finder ready to roll. Okay, so it's been in here for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick first look at it. Wow, it feels really nice and cool. We'll see what the temperature is. It's down to 50. A little bit better than 50. So I think that is probably Wow. And I'll go ahead and, the more I insulate it, the better it's going to be. I'll go ahead and tighten everything up, and I'm going to go ahead and call this a success. So, pretty cool. I'm going to add a pulley to it and what have you. But anyway, thanks for watching. That's a pretty cool little idea. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.